Hello, friends. Today I want to talk to you about what I do to unwind, especially when there are things that are happening at home, or maybe too many things happening altogether. Like there could be multiple doctor visits, there could be blood tests that we need to be uh, going and getting done, or other tests. So, as a cancer patient, there are a lot of things that can happen, and there are a lot of things that can go wrong, especially if the cancer is metastasized to the bones. So recently, my sister fractured one of her bones in her leg, which got treated by surgery because it was, I've already mentioned to you, she has had a foot amputation already. So this time it was the other leg that took the break. And because it was a weight bearing bone, we had to get a rod inserted so that she was able to move around much quickly instead of being in bed for 6 to 8 weeks waiting for the bone to heal, which obviously is going to take longer because she was also undergoing chemo at that time, and her bones are definitely weaker compared to what they were before chemo. So multiple things were happening at that time, and it was kind of difficult. There was just too much of hospital visits, doctors, blood tests happening, x-rays happening, generally a lot of things happening. So at that time I realized that the best way for me to unwind is by reading. I have another channel where I talk about books a lot of times, and that is my best way to unwind. I can easily just switch off everything else and focus on reading. So while I was at the hospital with my sister and she was sedated, sleeping most of the day because of the pain, I would just sit and read by her bedside. I would read generally. I'm a voracious book reader, so I read a lot. And it was then that I realized that even with so much happening around me, people coming in and going, and family visiting, and people calling up and inquiring about her health, the doctors coming in, each specialist coming in with their own details of what needs to be done and how we can ease her pain, how we can fix the problem. With all that chaos, I was able to find pockets of peace, and I was able to just close my mind to everything else that was happening around and just focus on reading and that particular story, which is my way of coping with a lot of things happening altogether. So, my suggestion for anyone who is a primary caregiver to terminal illness, or generally a caregiver for any illness at all, you need to find something that will help you unwind from all the chaos, that you can use as a switch to turn off everything, all the noise, and just help you find that peace where you can just focus on something that is very trivial, yet you don't have it doesn't give you any sort of anxiety. So instead of focusing on, oh my god, who's going to pay the bills, or oh my god, how am I going to manage this, or this is just too much, I cannot handle it, or just focusing on everything that is wrong at the moment, just turn off everything and focus for a little bit of time on that one thing that is going to switch off all that noise around you, and you're able to just unwind for a bit, because you have to go back. It's like a war that is happening and you have to fight, um, but it's not necessary that you have to fight all the time. You can you know take a respite, just stop and take a step back and unwind, and then go back with all your strength. So for me, that is reading. I find that switching off my brains from everything else, simply by reading, is what gets me by. So find that spot for yourself and do something that is going to help you unwind. Very important for a primary caregiver. For a caregiver, it is very important that they keep their own sanity intact. I just hope this journey is easy, and I think the best way to go about is by holding hands. So if you are in a position like me, who is helping a loved one get by an illness that takes up a lot of your time, and you need, I don't know, I don't want to say inspiration, because I don't know how this is going to inspire anyone. I just want to share my bit and say, this is how we're going by, this is how I'm managing it, and I'm hoping somebody else it finds this helpful, and it can help them some way or the other. Because I realize it's not an easy journey, it's a very tough journey, and by being this place, I realize how difficult it is for people who are going through this. So hoping that your journey is easy, and I'd be more than happy to make it easier for somebody else. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. I'm going to come back next time with some more details of what I do, and I just hope that somebody finds it helpful around. Thank you very much for being here. See you around.